Builders report the highest rate of canceled contracts in history. Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Buckle up, strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. An alarming new statistic now rolling in. It's getting harder to cheerlead these markets, although you see so many people out there doing it. And it's so funny to me, actually, because obviously anybody cheerleading these markets, they have to. They have financial gain. It's out of self-preservation. They drank the economic Kool-Aid. So another alarming report that I heard, apparently D.R. Horton, Lennar, KB Homes, whoever, all the big heavy hitters, what's going on with them right now? Well, first of all, they were playing a game of musical chairs. They started building homes as fast as they could, and due to supply chain and labor issues, they got stuck in production. And now they're slated to deliver millions of homes into the worst possible environment. People are on the sidelines now, many people forced on the sidelines because their money is run out. They can't keep up with the cost of living. It's insane. The amount of qualified buyers out there are small, and the ones that are qualified, willing to go buy right now, are even smaller because they see which way this market's trending. 68% of people under contract for their new home that they toured, that FOMO factory model home, and now they're waiting for theirs to be built and put a $5,000 earnest money deposit on that property after their offer was accepted and it's under contract. And they're waiting for it to be built. And now it's about ready to be delivered. They're now walking away from their $5,000 deposit. Well, of course they are. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because let's say when you toured the FOMO factory and there's a line out the door to do it, and they walked you into an overpriced house, and as you toured that home and you want flooring in your house? Oh, you'd like countertops in your house? Oh, you'd like lawn in the yard? That's an extra. You're going to have to pay for that. It's like going to buy a car and they add options. Oh, you want power windows, you want sunroof, you want AC, you want automatic. That's an extra. That's an extra. That's an extra. And the challenge with these 68% of all the people that were under contract now walking away, like I said, first of all, they're willing to walk away from $5,000 because they're about to save $100,000. If the house was $500,000, it's now $400,000, and they're seeing people now buying the same house they're under contract for $5,000, buying it for $4,000. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Walk away from the $5,000. Hurts. Many of them losing their job. Many of them can't qualify for the loan anymore because the loan standards have changed and underwriting has changed, and they were pre-qualified. It doesn't mean they were in underwriting, so everything's poof, evaporated. So these builders are now facing liquidation. So typically what this means for me personally, if we're forward-thinking, critical thinking, are we forward-thinking, critical thinking here? I would like to think so. Are we reading between the lines and looking between the cracks? I would like to think so. What this tells me, first, and I've reported on this before, over 10 million people piled into this housing bubble, and they bought at the height of the biggest bubble ever recorded in world history. A lot of these planned unit developments, these brand new homes that we're talking about today, KB Homes, Lennar, D.R. Horton, you name it. Every single builder that built during the bubble and sold during the bubble and couldn't deliver the unit before it started to crash is now in massive, massive trouble. And the people that did buy, those are going to be the first ones to walk away from homes because their homes are no longer worth, as we speak, what they paid. This is the realities of it. If you bought this house in the height of the super bubble in a brand new development and paid for all those finishes and options, you are underwater in your house right now. And even if you paid all cash, which many of them didn't, probably none of them, most of them are first-time home buyers, minimum amounts down, no skin in the game. It's going to be hard for them to walk away from the home. Why? Because they put so much pressure to buy the home. They're going to hang on to the bitter end, deplete their savings, borrow from mom and dad, eat top, whatever they have to do until ultimately what takes over? Acceptance. You accept the situation. There's no saving it. So for anybody to say, well, first of all, I laugh at this stuff. It's like a built-in self-defense mechanism to wrap my head around what I'm about to talk about. For anybody to say that what I just communicated to you today will ultimately result in a foreclosure wave is sadly mistaken. It now becomes at what level? We will see foreclosures. Right now, because we kicked the can down the road due to mortgage forbearance and foreclosure bans, we paused a lot of things. We shouldn't have done that with the biggest asset class in the world, because we could have got away with stimulus money, maybe to every doorstep, maybe even some stimulus measures, stimulus programs. But when you they kick the can down the road on the U.S. housing market, they should have risen rates the first month they saw this going. No, they're at home in their basements, not ready to acknowledge the elephant in the room. And now we've created the perfect storm. A runaway train. It's left the station. It's not coming back. A two-headed monster. We don't know how to put it back in the cage. We've got runaway inflation. It's not going away overnight in a risen interest rate environment. This is a bad, bad recipe. So typically, it just comes down to the percentage of likelihood. Every single time a housing market has displayed bubble behavior, regardless of what caused it, they've crashed. Every time there's been a housing crash, it's produced foreclosures. Every time we've had foreclosures, they've been concentrated to the people that bought in the bubble. And that's why you see 68% of people walking away from their earnest money right now to get out of these contracts. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life, understanding the biggest artificially created housing bubble ever produced in world history couldn't sustain itself. It was pretty obvious for some of us, but the majority of people drank the Kool-Aid, suffered from herd mentality and FOMO. Be fearful when others are greedy. We saw a lot of greed sweep these markets. A select few were a little bit scared. Like I've always said, it didn't pass the smell test. Be greedy when others are fearful. Fear and panic is now starting to sweep these markets. We're going to see it visit many housing markets across America and start displaying buying opportunity. It's already happening now. Unfortunately, many people won't be in a position to capitalize. I'm going to continue to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I'm going to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with the links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I think you're really going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.